All right, what's going on, guys? This is your boy Liger, one half of Enduo. Again, it's been a long time since I did an Endcast, but man, we got a lot of stuff to go over. So, of course, we got E3 stuff, we got games to talk about, we got a little effery to talk about as well, too, a little fuckery with certain fan bases as usual. So, but again, it's good to be back. I wanted to start at 9 o'clock, but I forgot the program I've done. I've not used it so much that even though I use it for my radio show, which is weird, when I log back in as Duo, you still have to update stuff. It's like, why would you have to update per that? Whatever. So that's what took me long, but I'm here. Hope you guys are having a good night. Hope you guys got a lot of, good information to, do stuff with. And yes, the title is not clickbaity at all. I think this was the best E3 2021 E3, best E3 in a long time. Why? Because it did what it's supposed to do. There were no glitzy, there were no glamoury. It was basically, oh, here's something, here's the info, and you make up your mind on what you want to buy and not buy. That's the part about it that I like. But let's get into some of this stuff, of course. What up, Double A, and what up, Sprite? Y'all in the building. Hope it one of the people joining. Like I said, I apologize for the late start. But when the computer says update, there ain't nothing I could do about that. Let's see, Double S. Big N give O's for my G's. Throw them O's for my G's. Sprite, of course. Sony won. Double A. Stupid bots got all the Metroid Dread Special Edition Amiibo pre-order from all the retailers. I'm sorry. I don't know if they did that because some of the stuff didn't even went live. I don't think they got all the bots got to that stuff. For the first time I've been checking, and some of the stuff ain't even come up as live in some regard. For the Best Buy one, never that I've seen. I'll double check right now just to make sure because I've been checking literally. I'm not even gonna lie. You could still pre-order the regular one, which we getting ahead of ourselves, of course. But let me double check myself. Yeah, the other one, maybe Amazon if you say so, Anderson. But but Best Buy still never kicked it live. You can pre-order the regular game. The regular game for $60, but the special edition and stuff still has not went up live yet, or the Amiibo. The Amiibo, trust me, I got it here. Like a crackhead, I'm here, man. Like refreshing. I'm joking, I ain't doing that, but I've checked several times to make sure to see when it goes, because it's coming soon. So I've checked that. A limited run and Nintendo games are giving us a run for money. That is for true. And Japanese Direct has Smurfs. Yeah, I forgot. I gotta check out the Japanese Direct. I didn't catch on to that one. Let's see. What up, Fluid? Well, we might check out the Japanese one live when we could do it because I didn't even check it out. Special Dread or Death. And back on Amco, what the hell was that? Like I didn't check it out, Floyd, so I don't know. So like I said, we'll see. Let's see what we go through. But right now, let's go through the react. Not a live reaction, but E3 stuff. Should I do good then? Yeah, I'll do the good then the bad. Just let's get it out of the way. Let's get it out of the way. Don't need you at all. Now for this, I have to say not bad. It makes sense to me. When I was like, but that was weird. I was like, Ganondorf just getting walked off. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? And when I saw that like that, I was like, oh, heckin'. Because of course that's how his grandfather did to him. So that's why I was like, whoa.
Next battle.
But the thing is, his fighting style is gonna be weird as Smash. So, I don't know. But I gotta say, Tekken is in the building now. Pit. That was funny right there too. Get that off my leg. Marth. Gain that energy and of course transforming into the, human god mode and just like wrecking everybody. Like dang. I like how the devil's like, he's our boy. Of course to see, I'm surprised they didn't fight him or put him as an E character.
Kazuya Mishima wins.
Tekken. Now I have to say I had to laugh at this one. This one had me laughing. I was like, oh wait. Kirby's still movable, so he's all right. I was like, he's looking over, like Kirby's like, man, forget. Don't you know I am the star of this game? Are you crazy? You ain't killing me, son.
Konnichiwa. Hello.
You're not killing me. They showed only one game. Okay. Well, like I said, I see what it is. A lot of people are crying about E3 is also a COVID casualty, which affects the games. It affects the games, Sprite. You are, is this right? No, double A. It affects the games. You are correct. You are correct, but you're not. It affects the game, but you do what you can do. That's what else can you do at this point? That's just what it is. And some companies have it set up better in a way. Maybe this will help people realize, hey, stop doing stupid stuff with these games and franchises. But from what I've seen, that ain't happening. I knew who it was the first 15 seconds. Well, once I saw, like I said, once I saw the volcano, I was like, oh, I know who it was too. Finally another character I'm buying. Okay. Fighting game as usual, Sprite. Casio is great, but it ruins my display with Ryu, Ken, and Terry. PlayStation All-Stars got Hiachi first, sadly. Yeah, I remember that. Now you're saying that, yeah. And I'm with you, Double A. Sakurai, you ain't killing my baby. Yeah, I hear you on that. My brother. Surprise, they won't let any Avenger game go. It bombed. Hiachi's actor also passed away a while back. You have enough voice clips to do Hiachi anyway. But like I said, I'm gonna skip you some stuff here, guys. Don't that's just how I'm gonna do it. But Sakurai, we'll wait until I think you said when did he say he's gonna do the direct for. I mean, this is a lot of stuff to be doing. it's just so weird to see all these moves, and Tekken is such a technical game, and Smash, you know, to a degree it is, but you know, if you could do a Tekken combo like that, oh sorry, if you could do a Tekken combo like that, that's crazy.
This feels like Tekken. No, it's Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I'll talk about the fighter more in a future presentation. We still have to record it first, actually.
Yeah.
The air date is shown below. Please stay tuned.
That will be June 28th. That is a, let me see, June 28th. What is that? June 28th is a, that's a Monday? Wow. I'm surprised at that. It's a Monday. Okay. Hey. Monday it is. Monday it is. Oh man. What up, Middleman? Long time no see, man. Or should I say here? Kazuya versus Bayonetta. Crazy combos versus crazy combos. I know, right? That is true about that, Double A. So we got that. For people like Life is Strange, I mean, I never got into the game, so it doesn't really, you know, work. You know, those who want it, I'm not knocking it because some people like it. There's a reason why they're recreating it.
Worms everywhere in this
Worms
real-time arena-based shooter. You'll
it's not arena-based now, so I give it to them. This one, I have to say, is pretty cool. I was a Super Monkey Ball fan. So I got nothing against this, all right? But it's cool that they re-brought it back. So I played this game on the Dreamcast a lot. So shout outs to Sega for help bringing the game back. And it's like a collection and everything, so hey, yeah. Remastered. Oh my goodness. All in one shot. I might get this because, like I said, I did like the one on Dreamcast. So.
Go bananas when
Super Monkey
Ball Banana Mania rolls onto Nintendo Switch October 5th.
As a collection, that's not a bad collection of games. It really is. Once again, let's see. What up, Winston 20? Hope everything's going well with you, sir. Hey, all the people still ain't working. What's Monday to a weekend? I get you saying, Anderson. Once again, Sega doing better things with their IPs than that's not Sonic. Well, we have the collection of Sonic Colors, which, you know, I got to ask my sister if she's going to get that game because that's one of her favorite Sonic games they got going. And I'm with you, Double A. What's old is new. That's just what it is. It's all good. Good to hear everything's all good, Winston. So, let's see what we got here. But Super Monkey Balls, yeah, I might get that game.
It's a blast from
this
Party's
one,
Past. And
you're
invited.
This is another one too.
Ready for another round of Mario Party Mayhem?
Not, you know.
Of course you are. It's a superstar collection.
I am not surprised by this. Are anybody surprised by this?
Of Mario Party boards and minigames.
It's good that they're doing this, but you know why I'm not surprised of this? I'm gonna just put it down a little bit alone. You know why I'm surprised of this? Because the last two games sold well. The one on the Wii U and the one on the Switch sold well. But everybody's like, oh, nobody wants these games. That's why they're doing this. The one on the Switch took the hell off. The Wii U still sold over, you know, I think it was 2 million, whatever. But the one on the Switch took off. I didn't predict they would have sold that crazy. So I would take it and say, wow, that's crazy itself.
You'll have a blast in this all-star fun fest. Here's a little party favor. All game modes work with online play. Even if you're partying solo, you can randomly match with other partygoers worldwide.
So, yeah, that is, let's see. Look at that. Look. They added online to Super Mario Party as the stress test for this game. I know that right. People hate the Mario Party collection on the 3DS. This is what they wanted. Basically, when I thought that, I thought that the collection is gone to this game right here, which is cool.
What did you think? Before we show
In that regard,
trailer, I'd like to say one thing. Currently, we're working hard on the latest game in.
So I do get that, guys, like you're saying, board mini games. Like I said, the Mario collection, whatever, but it's basically the Mario collection on the Switch. That's what it is. So we'll see if Mario Party is selling on the Switch. Which, don't forget, I will set up a. You just follow the community. In community, I'll do the podcast about Nintendo's financials when I got the time. I am gonna be a little. I thought I was gonna get to set it up, do it this weekend, but it depends. Saturday might be the shot, but I don't know because I'm supposed to go to a cookout for Father's Day for a friend of mine. So they invited me and they wanted me to bring some stuff. So because they like the way I cook, so I'm gonna do that. So it depends. But you know, it's a 50-50 chance that Saturday I'll do the Nintendo financial because there's some stuff that needs to be talked about. A lot of people never talked about, and it's that's something that I've been doing all the time, constantly. And because of how things have been going in my life, I didn't do it. So I apologize for those out there. Again, if you saw the post, it's been. The last video that said I'm coming back, you saw what I said in there. But other than that, though, yeah. And let's keep it going. How's it going? Yep. Life and family comes first. You're right, AA. So let's continue in this part.
In the Metroid Prime series, Metroid Prime 4, which we previously announced. But today, we'd like to introduce another new entry in the Metroid franchise. Please take a look.
Now, before we go into this, right? This didn't shock me. I'll be honest with you. It didn't shock me. Because if you remember all the podcasts and stuff in the past, when I talk about the Metroid Prime, not Metroid Prime. Shoot. Dang nabbit. Not Metroid Prime. I'm one of the few friends that said, I think Nintendo gonna do a next 2D game after Metroid, the next 2D game after Metroid Samus Returns. It didn't surprise me. What I mean by surprise me, at first I thought it was gonna be to be honest with you, I knew about Dread, and most people know Dread from the Prime games. But I know about Dread in the development when I used to be really good with Nintendo and all that stuff. But I was like, okay, let's see what happened. But I didn't know Dread was going to be, I thought it was going to be a prequel thing again, not a sequel, which is good. Which is good. That's a good part. But the part that I thought they were going to do a Super Metroid remake. Since they did, Metroid 2, so I thought I was going to do a Super Metroid remake. So that's when I saw this first, I was like, oh. So when I saw the Dread at the end, I was like, ah. So again, shout outs to, and then people like, get Sakamoto out for this, whatever. See what Sakamoto brought. I mean, I just love the suit. When I saw Metroid 5, I was like, oh. Yes, this is after. But I didn't know about the title Dread name. I know about the Dread possession, but because basically they had Dread ready to go. They had a project for Dread ready to go after Fusion, but things change and it's understandable. And like Sakamoto said in the interview, I'm happy that the technology advanced enough to bring this thing to me. And this has Metroid Other M. This has Metroid. The style is Metroid Other M. And also has Return of Samus in there, where they add more freedom of movement, which we will talk about that when we talk about that in a but I like this. And to be 100% honest, I thought of Resident Evil when I saw this. Not gonna lie with you. The Resident Evil 2, when the crawler's on top of the wall, that's the first thing I thought when I saw this. I was like, wow, they're bringing. So I know there's gonna be more kind of like Fusion, the horror kind of setup like Fusion did. Okay, you took a missile to the face. Okay. Get the heck out of your way. And it's just so weird to see how they walk. It's so creepy. And the sad part about it, that animation you just saw right there, if that happens, it's game over. So this is the first time you have a perma-death, kind of like an instant-death in Metroid. Oh boy. So you really can't play around with these things. I was like, Metroid Dread. Oh, hell yeah. I mean, the movement. Dang. Samus is badass again. You just literally saw that, which is like, wait a minute. And I talked about this. If you guys go to Andre's what he was again, his game. He talked about like the first one with me and Red Fox, whatever. Not the one later on. I talked about it. That it wouldn't be cool to figure out let me see if I could pause it at the right spot. I'll see if I can pause it at the right spot. When I said, wouldn't it be weird that the Chozos. Now I don't know the story of this game, so I can't say that. But here's the thing though. This is the first time now you're seeing a Chozo. Love the slide. Right there. You're now seeing a Chozo. Could this Chozo be? Remember, I was saying it wouldn't be crazy that there was some. It was the Chozos following Samus and all those ships when keeping an eye on Samus and whatever to see what's going on in development and kind of like help the Federation. Like I'm telling you, like those I said that in the Digital Foundry. That's what it is, Digital Foundry with Red Fox and thing. Check that out on Game Ideas, Game Ideas channel. That's what I was talking about. I have ideas for the story. So that part, did not phase me in that regard. Movement, just like this. Oh man. And it's coming out this year. I was like, oh heck yeah. They did just like they did with Samus Return. Thank you. Awesome. October 8th. I'll be there. And I'm looking for that special edition, like you said, Anderson.
That was the trailer.
And we're going to talk about the drama around Metroid when we get to the point of a certain point.
For the first new 2D Metroid game in roughly 19 years.
Yep.
The brand new Metroid Dread game. As the name Dread implies, this is a Metroid game with a new feel showcasing a variety of threats that Samus will encounter. It's scheduled to be released on October 8th, so it won't be too long until launch. On that same day, we'll also be releasing amiibo figures for Samus and the Emmy, the robot seen in the video. Let's move on to more Nintendo Switch headlines.
And trust me, I have my collection of Metroid stuff. That's a plus to me. And then they're gonna add stuff to it. Look, I said amiibos are amiibos. Amiibos are action figures to me. I collect them. I'm sorry. That's just what they are to me. I always had that mindset from the get-go when I saw amiibos. It's cool to have a little function, a little icing and a tape, but they were always a figurine to me. That's what it was. So let me see what you guys are saying. Before I just looking at your stuff before you get, so I keep up with the chat. Life comes from Sprite. Let me see. Metroid 2 game in development, 2 chances of disappointment with the fans. Samus Returns. AMR2 fanboys hate Samus Returns. Oh, we know that, Floyd. And like I said, I have that against the developer. The developer took it way better than these fanboys did. These fanboys did. And I'm not saying fanboys is a derogatory term like most people say it is. They were fans, but these ain't true fans. These are just jabronis. Majority of them. These are the real Metroid games, Metal Mint. Hope people buy it. I know, right? We got our stance on that. Dread Rumors was almost 20 years ago. Although I've never heard of the development for this one. Well, they have, like I said, and Sakamoto explained that they were trying to develop it, and then, the newer one, no, they kept it quiet. Good for Nintendo for doing that. I'm upset that this is not another M remake or Federation Force 2. Well, it kind of is the other M remake. It really is. They get most of the stuff to do when they did that for Metroid, for Samus Return. They used the suit and the stuff, and most of the music came from other M. I talked about it, when we went over that and all that. Just yeah. Suit's pretty cool. That is true. Thought it was going to be another other M style, but nice to see it's a Samus Return, also a Samus Return too. Better than RE Nemesis remake. All right, Floyd. We're used in the run and gun, we used to the run and gun hell caused by SAX. I saw they kept the counter from the Samus Returns. Yep. We are a few types. We are a few types. Not the we're a few types, Sprite, not the fakers. Double A. Let me see, Floyd. I seen comments of Metroid fans crying about not using sprites. Well, I didn't saw that, but I saw the other part where they're bitching about is a 2D game for the price. I'm like, then don't buy it. Nobody's forcing you but people to buy stuff. And again, I don't want to get into that hole until I want to do a video about it, but also until we get into deeper in it. It just annoys me. Yeah, they complain about it to be $60. I've seen the complaints, and it's usually you kind of link me to the Twitch thing. And again, there's the reason I don't have a Twitch, because it's just ugh. Twitch is a cesspool. If they're complaining about the price of the game, they're not fan. I won't say that, Floyd, but like I said, I will get to why what I'm gonna say when I talk about gamers are so weird in their thoughts. So Nintendo basically took other M behind the house, put it out in its misery. I won't. Come on, Sprite. They didn't say that. They didn't do that. Okay, they used another. Technically speaking, again, that is the basis of some of the basis is in the game. Because you still have the free mode of when you're shooting certain things, you still have the free mode that came from other M. So other M has influenced some of this as well too. I wouldn't mind a new other M style game. Neither would I. I wouldn't mind that either. Meanwhile, we got games that has more cutscene than gameplay, and we pay $60 basically for movies instead of again, you're right. You're right. Dragon Ball Fighter was $60. I didn't hear anybody complain that it was a 2D fighter. I know exactly. Good point. Good point. This right. But let's get back into the direct.
These familiar franchises are back on Nintendo Switch.
This surprised me a little bit. I was like, oh, okay.
Get ready to get down in the latest Just Dance game. Beating onto Nintendo Switch.
I was like, cruising.
Blast your way through nearly 30 over-the-top tracks.
Up to 4 players can race together, so
pick your favorite vehicle and hit the road. Cruisin' Blast launches as a console exclusive on Nintendo Switch this fall.
That one was surprising. This is a console exclusive. And I want to see something here that makes me feel like, what the heck? These are
Beating onto Nintendo Switch.
like how they did this. These are cars, and they have the badging and everything. So I'm surprised they could get that, because you know how people get crazy with that.
Your way through nearly 30 over-the-top tracks.
Literally, they have the
Up to 4
Chevy.
players
You
can
see, they
race
have the
together.
Chevy
So
badge
pick your
and
favorite
stuff like that.
vehicle and hit the road.
And then you have a Nissan badge,
Cruisin' Blast launches as a console
Corvette.
exclusive
Wow,
on
like
Nintendo.
that part right there. Like I said, that's a Nissan badge. So they have the badging, which I'm surprised they get to do that. Even with my favorite, action game, you guys know, which is Horizon Chasers. They couldn't do that, and that's a good game. So like the Cruising USA kind of franchise come back, and it's exclusive to the Switch for now. Let's see what it is, and I'm gonna put it in the PlayStation, Xbox. Let's not pretend. But, exclusive. That's good.
Nintendo Switch this fall. It's the ultimate Dragon Ball Z experience.
Again, remember, our guys remember, people are like, oh, they can't do this on the Switch. Well, it's on the Switch
Relive
now.
the story of Goku and
I
other
swear,
Z5.
what gamers think they can't do that? This is not that kind of, these games are not those type of games. So why do you think they couldn't be on it? The same thing with Dragon Ball FighterZ, when I was like, they could put it on the Switch. Oh, it's not having the power. Oh, stop that. Stop that.
Fighters through 4 sagas in this action RPG. Saiyan, protect the Earth from an invasion by Vegeta and Nappa. Frieza, take a stand against the evil Emperor. Cell, battle the androids in a fight to the death. Majin Buu, an epic showdown with the most fearsome foe. Along with the main story, you can explore the vast world of Dragon Ball Z. Hey, why not help out the locals? Or collect ingredients for delicious meals. You could always train to acquire new skills, too. There are lots of things to keep you busy. The boss battle episodes, A New Power Awakens Parts 1 and 2 is also included. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, plus A New Power Awakens set punches its way onto Nintendo Switch September 24th.
Talk about that for a second again, because people say, "Oh, this can't happen." Blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah. Do you people not know how they swear? I don't think they understand it. Now we're Final 69. Let's see. Why can't we get Dance Dance Revolution? Well, you tell people to get Dance Dance Revolution, Sprite. Cruising, Dance Dance Revolution. No more Just Dance. I know, right? Cruising looks cool. Might get that. What up, Brownie? It's been a long time as well, too. And I know you just missed out. We talked about Metro, but we're getting. I know you'll say what you got to say about that, Brownie, of course. Mr. Thought Cruising was a new IP. I don't think it is, but I don't know. I really don't know, so I can't say nothing. But a console exclusive means a PC release too. Could be. But like I said, I was gonna say it was gonna be that. So it could be it could be a time thing, exclusive about whatever, just like they did with 104, 101 and everything, even though it sold more on Nintendo Switch than the other consoles. Am I shocked? No. No, I'm not. I like how like the announcer is sounding like a DBC narrator. Yeah, listen. Let's see. New Dog City course of yep. New Dog it was in there. I'm so happy to finally get a Mario Golf game on a console again. Will you be getting it? Will you be getting it? Yeah, I'm gonna get this game. That's right. I said I was gonna get it when they first announced it. I was gonna get a game because I like arcade stuff like that. I told you that, in that regard. Most of these games are coming up on the Switch. Yep, they are. You're correct about that, Milmint. All right.
Grab a golf club and get ready to tee off. The Mario Golf Super Rush game launches soon.
Yep.
Here's a quick glimpse into each of the modes. Standard Golf. Take your time to read the wind and terrain on the greens.
Nice shot.
Hit different types of shots and aim for under par.
Nice birdie.
Speed Golf. Smack your ball, then chase after it. Be the first to get your ball in the hole. Outpace your rivals with special dashes and special shots.
Yep.
Battle Golf. Duke it out over 9 flag-marked holes in an obstacle-filled arena. Capture 3 flags to win.
That's
Golf
unique.
Adventure.
And Golf Adventure.
Go from
Force.
rookie to pro with your Mii character. The golfing challenges that await may surprise you.
Yep.
And here's some news. 3 updates are planned for future release, including additional courses and playable characters. The fairway's almost open, so set your tee time and get ready to ace those shots in Mario Golf Super Rush, swinging onto the Nintendo Switch system June 25th.
Yep.
Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
Like I said, I'll get into the golf stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like the golf game and everything. So it's cool for me and how I won't do that. So, you know, it is. I'm finally looking up. Are you going to get Phil Mickelson's too? Phil Mickelson to do commercials. I don't have to. Well, let's see if Nintendo's gonna do it. They might could do it. They might could do it. I don't know. That's not my thing. All right, now they get into a game I'm looking forward to. This game right here.
Ready for the ride of a lifetime?
I am looking forward to this game.
Welcome to the vast and vibrant world of Monster Hunter. As a rider in this RPG adventure, you'll explore diverse landscapes by riding your Monstie, a monster companion. Gather materials such as honey and ore, then use them to craft items for your journey.
Yep.
But beware of the many monsters roaming about. Some are docile, but others may suddenly ambush you. To fight, you'll team up with your Monstie and use weapons. Buckle up, Rider.
Cool.
It's going to be a real monster of an adventure. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin soars onto Nintendo Switch July 9th.
That's.
You can play the free demo on June 25th and carry over your save data to the full game.
I want to talk about that. That is a progress in gaming that I like. Not just for this game, because they did it in the last game, and other games. Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, people who are doing their PC games, whatever. That's one progress about video games I can happy that I do welcome and happy that we could do that. That you could play a demo, and if you like it, instead of not wasting your time, whatever, you carry it over to the next game. I love that. It's not any people who do that. You have my utmost respect, because that is pretty flipping cool. And I am going to be playing that demo because that's the same thing I did with the game I showed on Nokia or whatever this game was. I did the exact same thing. The same thing with what's the last demo game I played and I took it over into it? It wasn't Sakurai was the one. It felt like it was just recent. I can't remember it as well too. But I like that. I like that. And with the last Monster Hunter stories, I did the exact same thing. I played the demo and I was like, I like this. And I bought it. And I found a game for cheap. Sad enough. But it must have sold good enough for Capcom to release it, because I got the game cheap. I got it for my sister. I bought the game. I bought the game full price. But then for my sister and Anderson, I got it for like a very cheap price from Walmart. I'm like, shoot, let me take up 2 games and get to them. So, but it must have sold very well in my mind for them to do this, because they got to. Now, again, I don't know the numbers for Japan and how the situation was. I never really went into that number thing, so maybe that's the situation. But I'm happy that, trust me, out of the 2 when they did that monster thing last year and going to them, I was like, Monster Hunter 2 stories. Oh, yeah, I'm there. I've been in the game. I enjoyed it. I'm there with that. I should try to get Monster Hunter Stories 1. It's a good game. I think you will enjoy it. And it helps you to move into this more. There's more stuff in this game that is strange around, but yeah. This game looks good. It's, like I said, man, it's a really good game. I do enjoy it. See, Monster Hunter Story 1 on a DS is like $80 now. Mobile version is cheaper. I don't know about that. Thank you again for the stories. For stories. Hey, dude, it was my pleasure to get the game, man. But that was it was a good game. And I enjoy it. And I can't wait for this game. I am going to be playing the demo and going to go through all the goodies as best as I can and transfer it over so I could build my monsters super strong than you need to, which I like that you could do that. The demo for Monster Hunter 1, Stories 1 was very, it limits you, capped you from going a certain place, but you could build up your monsters so much. Oh yeah, that the last demo was, of course, the game we're gonna be talking about later on is Zelda, the Zelda Musu game, Calamity Wars. That's what it was. I was like, something was familiar, and I just remember, and that's what it was.
Here's a new game from the head of a certain company.
Well, we know what it was already, but I like it.
Did you miss me? Hey, what do you mean? Who am I? It's me, Wario. And it's finally ready. A brand new game from my company. Check it out. You get to control me. Time to do this. Look at me go. Whack, rats. Check out these chumps. They came back and they have wonderful new talents. Throw that stick thing. Not bad. Use the spinny whatchamacallit. Ha! Nailed it. Same micro game, different abilities. Wah! I almost forgot some big news. 2 people can play together at the same time. So play nice or else. Eh? Not nice. All right, you. Yes, you, the one watching this. Better get ready for some micro game mayhem.
The WarioWare Get It Together game launches exclusively on the Nintendo Switch system September 10th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
There you go. That's another one right there. I gotta ask my sister if she's gonna get it. But yep, Wario is Wario. He's back with a new setup. Awesome. Here's where that Stories 2 will with the Amiibo and Switch also going to PC, but these are desperate times. Yeah, I got you. To the people who refuse to buy WarioWare Go because it was on the DS instead of Switch, going to buy this $60 too much. Well, again, people are going to keep on bitching and asking for other stuff. Anderson, you're correct about that part. But I'm cool that they brought that back. That's really good.
Student living in Tokyo, your life is fairly normal.
Well,
but that reality is upended.
People ask about
after you get
Shimogami.
pulled
Well, here it is
into
now.
a different dimension.
There you go.
Another Tokyo exists, a post-apocalyptic world where angels and demons reside. Suddenly, you fuse with a mysterious figure, gaining the power to fight demons. What lies ahead in this alternate realm? The world is now transformed into a sprawling, demon-infested wasteland. Though friendly demons do exist here, many are hostile and will attempt to destroy you. Harness your newfound powers to fight demons using a command-based system. Finding their weak point is key. By targeting it, the number of consecutive actions you can perform in a combo will increase. Though demons are formidable opponents, you may be able to recruit them via negotiations, which begin when you open a conversation with them. If a negotiation is successful, a demon will become a powerful ally. In some cases, by rejecting a demon's request, they may feel motivated and join you as an ally. Demons that do join will fight alongside you and grow stronger.
Well, like I said, you know what this
By
is all
fusing
about.
demon allies, another demon can be created.
Yep.
The newly fused
Muscles,
demon
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is
Gotta
a
give it
test
to
of
this
the
one,
school
too.
broadcast system.
Three games in the deadly Danganronpa series are coming to Nintendo Switch.
I am this school.
Monokuma, the self-proclaimed school headmaster, has trapped you and other high school students in a game of literal life and death. Unfortunately, the only way out of the school and this lethal game is to betray the other students. And so it begins.
A body has been discovered.
When a student meets their demise, a class trial will take place to reveal the culprit.
You're the culprit, aren't you, Mia?
Telling you, I had no idea.
They probably moved the body there.
Use the evidence you've gathered to refute contradictions and find the guilty party.
Sneak attack.
No, what's wrong? Are you okay?
Like I said, I'm happy to bring all three games
Plus, the board
together.
game from Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony has been expanded into a standalone game. Danganronpa S Ultimate Summer Camp. An all-star cast of characters from the Danganronpa series will come together to battle at a tropical resort. Who's the strongest of them all in this ultimate beach brawl? The 4-game collection Danganronpa Decadence launches as a physical exclusive on Nintendo Switch later this year.
Physical exclusive.
All 4 games will also be individually available on Nintendo eShop.
Now I gotta take the physical for most people. And this one right here, a lot of people. I
We
remember
hope you're not afraid of ghosts.
I remember a lot of people was asking for this game. Well, here you go. It's coming to the Switch. So I hope the certain YouTubers that I know who made a big
In
fuss
this
about
horror
this with the Wii
adventure
U.
game, you'll
Hope
uncover
you guys
the
buy the
mysteries
game.
surrounding the
I'm just
ethereal
saying.
but deadly Mount Hikami, believed to be at the center of many disappearances. Ghosts frequent this mountain. Your only defense is a camera that can repel and cast them out. Face your fears as you explore a variety of unsettling locations. This spine-chilling story features various protagonists, letting you experience the game from different perspectives. New costumes and photo modes are included in this version. Can you investigate Mount Hikami and stay alive? Fatal Frame, Maiden of Black Water, creeps onto Nintendo Switch this year.
Yep.
These games and DLC are coming soon, some even today. Your
Those who
war
like the
is not
Doom,
over.
so,
Raise
not
hell
denying it.
in the first campaign expansion for Doom Eternal, The Ancient Gods Part 1. Deeper and more challenging combat awaits as you eliminate Hell's newest threats in demon-infested ruins and rain-swept terrain. The fate of the cosmos is in your hands. Get slaying when this campaign expansion launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Which is wow. Then this one.
Get ramped up for 2
Hey,
iconic
if we can't, if the last couple games were crappy, why, as Anderson was said, what's old is new again.
skateboarding
ain't
games
Anderson?
fully remastered in HD. Skate to
Take a
era-defining
good game
jams
and
as
turn
the
it into
legendary
whatever it
Tony
is.
Hawk and a roster of new and returning pros. Take your sessions on the go with all the original game modes, and compete locally or online to show off your tricks against other skaters. Drop into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, launching on Nintendo Switch June 25th. Pre-orders
There you
are
go.
available now on Nintendo eShop.
Like I said, it's funny. What's old is new, ain't it?
After 4,000 years, Sateki, the Witch Queen, has risen from the dead, and only one group of heroes can stop her. The Strange Brigade. In this thrilling adventure, you'll blast through an army of mummified monstrosities while solving puzzles in booby-trapped dungeons. Go it alone or team up with other daring adventurers in local wireless co-op and online play. Expect the unexpected when Strange Brigade launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
There you go. Those who want it, because I'm not thinking
It's a
this
new
one,
adventure of
yes,
cosmic proportions.
I am happy they did a sequel.
Mario.
We know that this has sold well. I talked about it. Yeah, it sold well in 2017, whatever. So I was like, oh yeah. So it's good that they're
And his
back
friends
in
will
it.
team up with the Rabbids once again to restore order to the galaxy. Our heroes must stop a mysterious new evil from plunging the universe into chaos. Rabbid Rosalina joins them. Wait, is she bored already? Explore planets filled with
Why not?
quirky residents and even quirkier secrets. And in this fresh take on the tactical genre, our heroes can run freely around the battlefield, creating new strategic and chaotic possibilities.
Which is crazy for
So
the first
aim for
game.
victory
Which
with a little
I need to beat. I have to say, I need to go back and beat this game.
help from your friends. Wait, who's that? Well, one thing's certain. This is gonna be one heck of a galactic adventure.
Yep.
Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope launches into space or onto Nintendo Switch next year.
Oh yeah. Before we get into that, I was gonna say, yeah, that one, let me check the chat. I was like, that one did. I'm happy that that got the way it needs to be because it's a really good setup for the game. Let's see. I still say Danganronpa, Brownie. We went Fatal Frame, but not really the way just the views. It's put up or shut up with Fatal Frame. Yeah, it is because they that's what they wanted and they got it. Your money with your mouth is with you frauds. Kirk with that one, Floyd. Strange Brigade reminds me of that Wii U game. Yes, it does. That's what I think of it. Well, I've not heard from him in a second, so I hope he's doing all right. But Mario Rabbids to Triple M can suck it. Really? You want to bet they're going to pitch a fit over the costumes in Fatal Frame again? Yeah. You can't please everybody. I learned that quickly long time ago. Wiser, you're right about that. And Takashi, you were saying it was cool to see. Advance Wars, $60. No. Rant. Well, let's go into this one for real though. Advance Wars. Y'all wanted it back? You got it now. Reimagined, rebuilt from the ground up.
Thrilling stories, memorable characters, and vibrant gameplay are in store as you lead the commanding officers to victory. Play the first two Advance Wars campaigns in Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp, marching on to Nintendo Switch this holiday.
Wow.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
That's another game
How is
I'll
everything?
put in my list.
All right. This next segment will be our last announcement of the
I'm gonna put that in the old listy there. 2 games, got it, like the little collection and everything. So yes, I will be glad to have that in it, of course. Well, those pros could shove it. Advance War, oh yep, there's a River City Girls 2 coming out as well too. River City Zero as well. A whole lot of games coming from Wave 4 being very busy. Is it being made by? Is it been made by intelligent systems? Not really. Like it's way, you know. Huh? There you go. And Brownie could go with what Annis is saying in the chat. Let's continue now with the best part of the whole thing.
Today. Please take a look.
I have still not bought my pass, but I'll have to buy my pass sometime the week after, because just after whatever. So now a Guardian has become. That is cool. This right here is what I like. That's smart to use the Guardian's legs weapon. Oh, that's awesome. I was surprised when I saw that leg. I was like, Zelda using the cycle? But she's more device person. I would like to see what she does. I'd rather Link had used that, but whatever. Zelda using it. But again, I like her in her I like her better in her goddess. He's way better in the goddess mode, but you know, I'll try it out and see what happens. June 18, which is what? 3 days from now. Wow. I gotta get my expansion pack.
Hello there. I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. What you've just seen is a trailer for the first wave of DLC for the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity expansion pass from Koei Tecmo Games. It will follow Link and his allies through more battles that took place 100 years prior to the events of The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I hope you'll look forward to it. I have a few more things to share with you all today. We'll begin with The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD game, which launches next month. You'll immerse yourself in the role of Link by using 2 Joy-Con controllers for intuitive motion controls, or by playing in handheld mode, wielding the sword via flicking the stick and button-only controls. This game depicts the oldest era in the Legend of Zelda series, the story of how it all began.
That looks nice.
What is the origin of the Master Sword? Why did a woman named Zelda become the legend for future generations? These will all be unraveled in this game. We hope you're looking forward to The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. Next up.
My respects for this.
Here's a little something you might like. This is a Game & Watch system that lets you play 3 games in the Legend of Zelda series. This year, the original Legend of Zelda game reaches its 35th anniversary. While we don't have any campaigns or other Nintendo Switch games planned, we've been working on this Game & Watch system as a special item to help mark the occasion and reflect fondly on the earliest days of The Legend of Zelda. It will come with the first game in the series, The Legend of Zelda, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, and the Game Boy version of The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening game, as well as a special version.
I still need to pick up Link's Awakening for the Switch.
Version of the Game & Watch title Vermin, starring Link as the playable character. So that's 4 games on one system, from longer Legend of Zelda games to the pick-up-and-play game Vermin. In addition, regarding the watch functionality for the Game & Watch system, we've added a playable clock based on The Legend of Zelda.
Which is pretty cool.
And an interactive timer themed after Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. You can play with both of them by taking control of Link. We hope you'll enjoy playing this Game & Watch system whenever and wherever you'd like.
So you have a Mario one and you have the Zelda one. And of course, people are like, "Hey, wait, what's the Metroid one?" I get it. Cool. cool. It's cool.
All right,
Happen.
here's the last thing we have to show you. This is the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. 2 years have passed since we first announced this game, and we've been unable to share anything with you in that time. However, development has been steadily progressing. For today, we've prepared some new footage to show a bit more of the game. Please take a look.
I always love the music in Breath of the Wild. But I'll say this as well too. You seen all the gameplay they changed and stuff. I mean, Numa, you guys, I like that Breath of the Wild, that Hyrule and the physics and everything has gotten. It's all like they use the heck out of it, and it's coming next year. If I was Nintendo, I've said this before, that will be the best time to pull out the Switch 2 or the Switch Pro, whatever. New console with this game. That would have been a Switch 2 with a Switch Pro. That's my thinking of doing this. So, let me see what you guys got. So you guys say here, you can all use the Guardian like April Fool's video now. That's true, Brownie. And Bruce Link with the nunchuck control the Guardian. Yeah, that has become a ride or die chick. Got you, Floyd. I wanted my Skyward Sword Joy-Con and Zelda Loftwing amiibo. You damn scalpers. You can't. Like I said, look, if I don't get a Metroid, do I want the Metroid Special Edition and amiibos? Will it suck? Yes. But I'm going to just try my best to get as best as I can. AA. So if I see it and I could get it, I'll do the reverses you could do with me, because you know how we are together, linking doing the Metroid stuff. So we'll see. I was telling a lot of people this is a rare reason why Skyward Sword was getting remastered. You're right, and that's where you see it in that regard. Yes, Skyward Sword is the reason for that. So that's a good game to get into that and going into it, Brownie. Even a game on Watch Light lives on. I know Metroid is the talk of the town, but Advance War got a remake, and only thing, and what up to 83 is I can affirm is to get the physical copy. I think they will get it. Link digging through the ground like Knuckles. Well, it's some kind of drop thing, whatever. SJW is a piss after a while. Yeah, because it's still not a female. They could suck it as well, so I'll go with you. The Metroid amiibo is already out of stock on Amazon. Yes, I don't know if, that part that one went live is so weird to me. Okay, when you go to Amazon, it didn't have the it didn't have a picture, of course, so you couldn't really see anything. So it was kind of weird how they did it. So I can't say anything in that regard. But I get where you're coming from, Brownie. I say it happened. I'm not gonna kill myself, whatever. But I would love to get it since I got special edition of a lot of stuff. It would be cool to add to my collection of special edition on top of my closet. And for a special jabroni who he still keeps on messing with me for some weird reason. Say because my picture makes me look sad, make me like a loser. Well, good. I have no problem being a loser. I got games that I want. I don't know how that makes me a loser because I buy games that I want, but it's kind of make you the loser if just. Why don't you just leave me the hell alone? I don't know why you got a problem with it. You try your best to stop the channel. The channel's growing at an epic rate. Just live your life and go kick dicks or something, dude. Seriously. I have the game for the moment. Let me see. Traveling the cesspool with Twitter in my hunt for the goal. I got you. But that wasn't intended direct there. It's also limited game ROM stream and everything else, but should we bother? I'll see. It's getting kind of late, and I'll see from my end, but we'll see what goes on. But I want to talk about this a little bit too. I want to talk about two things here quickly. Let's see. I don't know if I'll get you that, like you said, Anderson.
So, what did you think? Thinking about how many unique off
生物兵器として軍事利用できる浮遊生命体の名前でいろんなトラブルのきっかけになっています。
He said, Sakamoto did say that this is going to be the end of the Metroid versus Samus saga. So, this is the end of the arc, or is like they're going to start a new arc? We don't know.
シリーズファンには一区切りっていう、
he's getting old.
と想像しながらプレイしていただきたいですね。
Continue Gunpei Yoppoi's
ストーリーは重要ですが、決してファンのためだけのゲームではないです。
Interactive here to replenish.
Yes.
This suspense and tension.
Already mentioned. This is.
And shout out to Audrey. I gotta say this. Shout out to Audrey. At least she made the right move. She was annoying when she was on IGN, but I can't annoying in most times. But that chick made the right move, smart as hell to jump ship when she jumped ship. Girl, you are smart as hell. Now, I'm not seeing Jose. I'm not seeing Rich. Rich was it was like Richard was the first one, then Audrey, then Jose. I'm not seeing those two. But Audrey made sure she got in the right place where she's at the treehouse.
2D Metroid game in 19 years. That's almost 2 decades. I don't know.
And speaking of that, yes, for the people out there who's bitching about that, it's like, oh, it's a 2D game for $60. Let me get this straight. I guess some of you cocksuckers got no problem paying $70 for a PlayStation game, right? So what's the problem? You went up on the PlayStation and Xbox games, you pay $70. Again, you don't have to buy the game. If they said this was an always online game, Metro was an always online game, you know what I would do? Not buy it. As much as a Metroid fan as I am, as big as a Metroid fan I am not going to buy this game if this was always online.
If you did the math,
just not my thing.
That's a lot of years. We've been waiting for this for a long time, so we're really excited to be.
Not gonna be that. Not gonna happen at all. Nothing lasts forever, but there's also a pass of the torch to keep it going, counter. So we can. Yeah.
One of my favorite features. And then a new one is, or the development of the melee counter.
I love the what do they call it again?
Yeah, let that guy move a little.
The melee. Okay, they're gonna call it right now. I like this too.
The melee dash. I
the melee
really
dash.
love that because it
I like that.
doesn't break momentum. I can immediately do.
Oh man, I just love the fluidity of Samus in this game.
Something this game does really well is
I liked it in Return of Samus, so it took it to a next level.
So like you mentioned, we had free aim and the melee counter in that game, and here we have the running free aim, which gives you even more freedom.
And the slide, I like the slide too.
So instead of having to stand still and wait for enemies to attack you, you can just go get him, which really.
I want to just go to the part where she's like, because I don't want to show everything.
I love that. Like, oh, that slide move is so cool. She looks so
Yeah, you can hear it.
Of detail that the development team skip this part here just because we don't want
trying to find the way forward.
Yeah, it turns red, which is the
Yep. And this, like I said, just to show that point right here, you gotta. I like SAX, which keep on hurting you until you die.
And it's gonna go investigate that.
Oh.
Right here.
Oh gosh. No.
And
no. Oh.
Basically, cut her head off.
So the Emmy are pretty relentless and ruthless. It is sort of like a permadeath, which is very unusual for enemies with in the Metroid series. But
yep, and that's what I was saying. That's the first time they kick it into that regard. So it's not no joke. But it is weird to see how they move. It's the movement that makes them a little creepy.
Difficulty that I think Metroid fans expect.
Like how they move is so weird. It just makes it more like, oh crap, gotta get out of here. Figure out where to go.
The whole game to get back to where you are. So it's a really wonderful balance.
Yeah, and when the Emmy are in patrol mode, which is that
which they keep on going like that, which they don't stop.
In pursuit of me.
Which basically came from that part also came from Metroid Zero, that kind of situation as well too. Cause remember, Zero came out before Fusion, so that puts it in perspective. So I like how they built on all the other Metroids. That's what I like about it. Pretty damn awesome. Because 2D isn't worth $60 in their eyes. Ridiculous. I'm with you, Serenity 3. I'm with you. Which was the worst death or game over screen in Metroid? Jeez. Well, you see, I have to say this one because again, your screen goes bad or whatever, or your screen Super Metroid when you or Metroid Return of Samus in the original one where you die and you see she just this suit explode and go out whatever, but the Emmy made it the kind of word that you get your head cut off. It could be. I said they built upon this to get this game, so I won't be surprised. Anderson, I won't be surprised. Okay, remember this is I think the story is continuing that
they're scanning areas where they last sensed movement. And so they'll go and investigate it. And then if
I like that, like how it's not you can't just not visually, they gotta be out of your purview as well too.
This is such a
so I like that.
Really...
That right there is pretty good. Then we have I couldn't believe it was like 5 hours worth of stuff. Jeez. They played a lot of stuff.
Home is honestly kind of paradise. I won't talk too much about all the different
or you just want to see it's all there. All of this knowledge is all the same. So again, a great way to prep folks. So again, if you're a Monster Hunter fan like me, you'll recognize a lot of the things they pulled.
I
love turn-based RPGs. But sometimes they're a little static in terms of what you're doing and seeing during a battle. I just love all the different moves you're breaking out, and you get rewarded with these really cool scenes like that.
And speaking of, I could use my ride right now, which would refill my health and give us the ability to do that cool ride move of our own. Since Kana's going to be waiting a while to do that again, I'm just going to use it now. I'm not going to wait too long. If she was close to the same level of kinship gauge that I'm at, I would probably wait for her to catch up, but let's see how we go here. And if we both do it at the same time, there's actually a really awesome animation. So I'm hoping we work out the timing here somewhere. Go, Mr. Pig! Yes!
Oh,
heartbroken.
nice.
All right.
Again, Treehouse. I love how Treehouse started this thing, and people knew, and people's like, oh, now we got. I always like when Nintendo does this. This is one of the things Nintendo did that I always liked that they did that the other gamers
So we
didn't
can see
do,
here
the other
the
companies or
piercing
whatever.
indicator
Gameplay.
was crossed out with a red line.
I like
so
it. Gameplay, play.
Beyond that skill that I'd like to be
love
able
it.
to use, using my bow is not going to be super effective in this fight. The piercing type damage is really interesting though. It's a new addition.
Oh yeah, and I
to the
forgot to
game.
add
So
because
we've
they
got
add
bows and
piercing.
we've also got gun lances, which we didn't have in the 3DS game that came out a few years ago. Oh, and again, can't
Got
lose
this.
attention.
Mash
Got
your
a chair
way
on
for
my
it,
bull
do
drum.
it.
Go, buddy. There we go.
Nicely done.
So we've got the piercing damage with the bows and the gun lances. We've got.
I just want to play the part where they both of them, which is good because you have now multiple now.
Hoi.
Second player could jump in and
Slashing
everything,
damage
so I
with
like
the
that.
sword and shield combo that Kana has, and my big sword that I'm using. And then there's also the bashing type, which is the hammer
Yeah.
and
Now, I
horn.
see its face is red again.
Let's see
Yeah.
here.
I think it's angry.
Bulldrum
It
could
might
use
be
some
angry.
healing. Let's fix you up,
Just
buddy.
maybe.
So here as well.
Okay, I
I
know
can
it's gonna
tell what
happen
my
soon, 'cause
teammates are
I
doing.
didn't
So
watch
Kana,
this.
The indicator says she's going to use a potion, and if I take a look at Avmar here, his health bar, I can tell that's where the potion's going to go. Avmar is going to get the heal, so I'm going to get rid of that poison on Bulldrum.
Very nice.
And I will offer here, as we're going through all these mechanics and layering it up, if you're somebody who's just like hungry for battle mechanics and you love the complexity, you've played Monster Hunter maybe, this is probably all going to seem very familiar to you. But if you're a player who's maybe
Okay,
newer
it's
to
gonna
the
happen
genre
soon,
and
which is good.
maybe feels a little intimidating, please don't worry about it. We are a fair way into the demo. But
Yeah, that's a good
they do a
point.
good job with the tutorial as you
Yeah.
first start. So you're going to get those layers. You're going to get taught how to do all these things and how to build on the concept. So it's a fun experience no matter
Yeah, no,
where your
and
experience level's at.
so I have two daughters, and we've
no.
dabbled a little bit in turn-based RPGs. Oh dear.
Yep, I'm with you, Ford. I'd rather buy a 2D. I'd rather buy a 62D game from Nintendo than a $60, $70 glorified tech demo.
For me,
that was the same old
turn-based
song.
RPG player, I love
Correct.
the complexity and depth that we get here, but I'm also thinking that I'm planning on showing this game to my
There you go.
daughters,
This is the double.
as an entry into the Monster Hunter series. I love that you can make friends with monsties and there's not
Dual
as much of an
attack.
adversarial relationship, so we're gonna play this one together.
Which
for
is
sure.
new.
All right, so there we go.
Epic.
Doubled up. And I really hope this Puke is close to being done. You'll notice the health bar actually just has question marks next to it. Some of these big boss type monsters, even if I've run into a monster before, I can't assume that they're all kind of a comparable level of strength. This guy, as JC mentioned in true Monster Hunter fashion, I hope this helps.
Oh,
wow.
All right, there we go. I don't know how.
Yeah. So that's one. So again, I'm looking forward to that game to add to my list. Of course, I got that's the game you guys saw my video when I'm coming back. I got so much games still to play. I still gotta buy Master thing. Let me see what that I mean. And then you have No More Heroes.
An otaku in, and if you manage to line up 3 icons like you just did, you get a little bonus.
And I wasn't paying attention, and my energy gauge is down, so...
Oh, yes.
With the charge the beam katana, just like we've always had to.
That's right.
it
The
up,
beam
baby.
katana runs out of energy as you use up your attacks.
You don't have to use motion controls, but I do every time.
Now I'm gonna use motion
And
controls.
with those successive attacks, you get that kind of finishing move there.
Oh yeah.
There you go with another roulette.
And let's see if we can do a perfect dodge. These guys are a little tricky. All right, let's just take them out. Some heavy moves, maybe put them into a stun mode with some stars above his head. Nope, we're just gonna finish him off.
There you go.
Bang.
And I should probably use my death glove. It only has one ability in right now.
And of course, the Death Glove is basically a new power-up sort of that Travis has in this game, correct?
Right, it's first made its appearance in Travis Strikes Again No More Heroes, but that was more of a spin-off. It's kind of fun to see some of those elements make it over to this one as well. All right, let's see. Can we stun these? I think we got some stun off. Nope, we're just going to finish them.
Yep.
All right, nope, nothing on the roulette this time.
Now, of course, the other thing you can see here is Grasshopper Manufacturer takes quite a bit of inspiration from retro gaming. You can see that in the pixelated meter down below of the cat that sort of transforms into the tiger as you fill it up. You can see the pixelated health gauges of the aliens and Travis's own pixelated heart gauge and energy gauge with the battery there. But lots of fun sort of retro and.
Hey, we're just gonna play this a little bit more. Hey Suda, can you finish? I don't know. Can you do a sequel to Liberation Maiden? Cause that cliffhanger was crappy. Please.
Inspired hints all throughout the game and the series.
Come on. All right, let's finish this.
There you go.
For this game, each alien, they have their own blood colors, so every alien bleeds a different color. This one was with the tape deck. All right, so if you don't mind, we're gonna load into a different part of the game.
Okay. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that is.
And it's cool to see Bill
Touchdown's home base. So
it's cool to see Bill Trinan still there doing his thing.
All of his.
And yes, you do save on toilets in this game, just like every other before.
Well, of course you would. It's part of the game.
So we're in Travis's pad. I don't have any capsule toys, so there's nothing in my toy collection at the moment. We're still a little early in the game. Right here, here's the bed, and you can see his posters for all of his anime waifus.
Yep.
And a stripper pole.
It's got a nice little fire pole.
Oh, fire pole. Okay, my mistake. I thought it was a stripper pole.
Who needs stairs, right?
Like what the hell?
Let's check out the wardrobe.
Oh, of course, the wardrobe.
So you're gonna be able to collect a variety of T-shirts.
Of course.
Let's take off Travis's jacket just for a little while. Let's keep it this way with the cat. I mean, what else do you want? What else more could you ask?
That's right. So you're trying to throw the ball into the circle.
Yes.
And then Gene will dive and bat it away.
Yes. And it gets progressively more and more difficult over time. And then I think the ring gets smaller, and how the ball gets placed starts to get a little more aggressive.
There's some of that classic No More Heroes humor.
And Gene's getting bored. Right, okay, I'll try to get it in the ring this time for real. All right, there you happy, Gene? Why not? Naomi, who is very nice.
Yep.
And we're going to do some upgrades here. The power-up machine.
Oh, yeah.
To the supercomputer.
So I mean, you guys could go see this. I'm just skipping through to see, you know,
for Gene.
game.
Just remember that Earth also counts as a planet in space.
Noted.
Bloodthirsty people are generally the same everywhere.
Travis makes a good point.
True.
Let's go.
So this is Gold Joe. He is number 9 in the Galactic Superhero rankings.
Okay, so Travis needs to defeat him to move his way up in the rankings?
That's right. He has to defeat 9 to become 9.
Gold Joe looks pretty spectacular.
It's a fabulous light show. Travis is
Hope you liked it. My hyper-modern artwork. I project images relevant to one another onto physical matter, making it seem as though there's a beautiful space existing right there. It's cutting-edge magic.
So projection mapping, right? I'm already sick of seeing that shit. With this sort of thing, from like the second time you see it,
yeah, Travis
your brain
knows it all.
already understands what's going on. You can't not see it as fake.
Oh, snap. Snap, crackle, and bippity-pop. You guys on Earth are really something. To think that you'd be ahead of us in this sort of artwork.
Also, that's way too much time wasted on something like simple projection mapping. Don't waste budget money on shit like this.
Oh, snap! Snap, crackle, and pippity-poppity-pop!
I have to give Gold Joe some extra points on those reactions.
Well, I can tell you, Travis is certainly not earning any favor with Gold Joe at the moment. That's for sure.
Snap, crackle, and pippity-pop!
Blue and red magnetic north. That's what I thought. Bingo. Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. For red, throw up an N mark above your head.
I love this.
And throw up an S for blue. That'll make it simpler. Gamers like that kind of thing.
I don't know if I can do exactly as you
I like how Gold Joe is ready to comply.
Try my best.
Nice. That's right.
Show me a good time.
Of course, Travis touchdown, breaking the fourth wall as always.
All right. So a lot of things are going on right now.
Yeah.
Goldjo has changed his polarity, so I want to match that. And I can use it to push him into the electric fence.
That's right. So basics of the way magnetism works, if you have different polarities, the two of you will attract. Goldjo would pull Travis touchdown towards him. To change your polarity, you run over either the red or the blue square to change to that color. And then if you've got your polarities matching, Travis touchdown can use that to push Goldjo into these electrified boundaries of the ring.
Okay. If you notice up top, Goldjo has his health bar in 3 segments. That will determine... Oh, I did a perfect dodge.
Nice.
So let's see if I can get something. Yes.
Oh, there you go.
All right, throw crazy mode activated. So let's see if we can get a toss in. And yes.
Oh yeah, baby.
Nice
backdrop.
So
Suplex backdrop.
The phases, I need to watch out because there's not going to be a special animation to tell you the phases changed. But so now he's summoning projectiles. I have to be on my watch once these phases change because it'll make things a lot more difficult.
Oh yeah, you guys could go and watch that if you want to. But like there's another game that looks fun to go see. But I do want to talk about this before I go. Like I say, it's getting late, so I don't want to. I'll limited game run stuff. Maybe I do a video about it, Anderson.
A few even died of fucking COVID. But perhaps more alarming than any of the things we dutifully handed over to Antonio, 14 days to flatten my credibility, Fauci, was how many of those things we simply didn't even notice were fucking gone. Granted, yesterday was technically the first of fucking 2 E3 pre-shows. Honestly, people, at this point, the pre-show is at least half the length of E3 itself. Shit has more meandering exposition than a fucking Kojima prologue. And speaking of which, if you've ever wanted to marvel at the spectacle of an ostensible journalist tonguing the balls of his interview subject to completion, and you don't have access to a White House press conference, what Keighley and Kojima did on stage yesterday is still illegal in many southern states.
And I'm very excited to share this with you right now. Hello, mystery guest.
Like, who didn't see that coming? And that is so cringy and weird.
Hello. Mr. Kojima, it is so good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
のものづくりっていうのは、まあ、今自分がいる世界を見て、で、地続きで5年後、10年後、20年後どうなるかっていうのを考えながら、そこにエンターテインメントを加えていって、まあ、作ってたのが結構その10年後20年後に当たってたりっていうのがあったんですけど、今回の DS に関してはもう発売直後になったので、大きく考えていると思います。911の時と同じような感じだと思います。これからエンタメをどういうふうに切り取っていくかっていうのはやっぱり大きな課題ではあります。
Yes, friends, after docking their dicks live via satellite, Kojima then compared the on-the-nose make love, not hate, build bridges, not walls allegory in Death Stranding to the immediate aftermath of 9/11. I guess he finally did see Death Stranding sales figures. I could have outsold that shit sandwich with a line of bottled baby vomit. At least then I could have suckered a few punks into confusing it for guacamole. That's right, I said it. Jam your avocado paste up your ass, you no-taste-having hipsters. And then, after an overt reference to an all-new, overrated entry in the Metal Gear franchise, he pulled a master Kojima-caliber bait-and-switch and instead revealed the director's cut of goddamn Death Stranding!
Boy, Sony's trying to get their money out of this, of course. They're gonna
You
get their money
heard me
back.
right! A director's cut of a game he had complete, unencumbered directorial control of! Holy hell! Watching Twitter troglodytes honestly feign excitement for this shit, even after how awful the original Ass Cancer was, I honestly don't even know how to hold all this crippling fucking stupid. If you still support this pretentious twat at this point, you are part of the problem. Blow me, weebs! Just pretend you're Jeff Keighley and I'm a talentless prick in a Yoko wig and hipster glasses. Either way, by Lemmy's mole, I swear, until just this week, I'd plumb fucking forgotten the video game industry's annual E3 hype hurricane had failed to touch down last year at all. And be honest, Did any of you notice it all? I mean, sure, previous years were shit. What was the big reveal a few years ago? A timed exclusive Final Fantasy VII remake? What the fuck? And yet somehow what YouTube loosely classify as people were legit hyped for that horse shit. While E3 may have started with some sensational tech demos and software announcements in the 90s, more recent E3s are proof in practice you could dangle a bundle of fucking fishing twine in front of some fuckheads, and so long as you flash a Final Fantasy logo afterward, you couldn't wipe the fanboy splooge off the screen with a squeegee or Zoe Quinn's tongue. But 2020... Call me Casey Anthony, but I didn't even notice that shit was missing. Which is saying something, seeing as it was the final E3 before the shiny new plastic bricks from Micro Sony Soft sent us all running to Amazon to not be able to fucking buy them. So what to expect from E3 2021's remote event? In short, nothing you couldn't already find in a fucking video game trailer playlist on YouTube. But with Jeff Keighley
and we're gonna
looking like a sleepy chameleon between breaks. As for predictions, on the Nintendo side, expect the Big N to quietly dominate the same way they have for over a fucking year and change. Breath of the Wild 2, maybe some Metroid, who knows? Possibly that Nintendo Switch Slim that's been rumored. But motherfucker, if you fail to commemorate the 40th fucking anniversary of my dude Donkey Kong, we're gonna have more words than a dialogue balloon in a Liefeld comic. Remember where you came from. No Donkey, no goddamn Mario, whose real name is Jumpman, by the way, bitches. Mario is his slave name. And speaking of slavery, Sony's been buddy-buddy with Epic Games of late. And given they sell consoles like hotcakes and games like cow pies, they've been looking for an inroad into the PC gaming space to hopefully actually sell some fucking software for once. They waited entirely too long to recognize the ascent of PC gaming, and now Sony find themselves in dire need of some way to counter the growing popularity of Xbox Game Pass, which despite being the newest distribution platform has already sidled into a surprisingly close second place in PC gaming. A partnership deal with Epic's CCPC gaming service would be stupid on about 17 different levels. Which is exactly why it sounds like something Sony would fucking do. Problem being, it's all Steam sloppy seconds at the end of the day. Look, someone's got to eat Sony's lunch, and Gabe Newell never saw a lunch he didn't want to fucking ingest. Which brings me to the games. It's a year with 4 numbers in it, which means Sony's sucking off Final Fantasy once more. Whether that means a more material reveal of the already teased FF16, or more likely a second chapter to the impossibly padded FF7 remake is really anybody's guess. But for people with actual taste, much more alluring is the simultaneous promise of a, quote, numerical sequel to a prominent Eidos franchise. And with that Avengers game failing to go aluminum, let alone gold, and Cyberpunk 2077 sinking like the Lusitania, there is officially a Deus Ex-shaped Cyberpunk RPG hole in the market. If ever there were a time for Squeenix to acquire a clue, now is the time! Which is precisely why it probably won't fucking happen. Oh well, a girl can dream diddling herself to the Deus Ex GMDX mod in the meantime. Hey, desperate times call for desperate strumming. As for the other software, well, it's Sony, and it's a day ending in Y, so swing a dead cat and just try to avoid hitting a Sony-exclusive third-person open-world whammon simulator where wielding a bow replaces gameplay problem-solving or a story you can't see through from 50 fucking yards away. Like Fuentes reaching the big boy shelf at Toys R Us, it can't be physically fucking done. And then there's Microshaft. Though I'm a PC gamer to the core, I do tend to buy at least one of the major consoles per generation just for variety's sake. And with the N in Sony being silent these days, already possessing a Nintendo Switch, not to mention being profoundly underwhelmed by the impossibly overrated PS4, I somehow managed to find a fucking Series X. And look, for what it's worth, I'm satisfied as I can be with any of the underpowered plastic mini fridges on fucking offer. Hitman 3 alone justified the purchase. It's a modern stealth masterpiece, and you should fucking play it, you pricks. Halo Infinite is effectively guaranteed given its theoretical release later this year. What's most interesting about this year's E3 for Microsoft, though, is that at this point, they own absolutely fucking everyone. No Bethesda conference this year, because they done already bought them bitches. No Obsidian or Exile appearance at the PC gaming show, which had been perennial to this point. They're all owned by Bill Gates now. half-owned if his ex-wife has a fucking thing to say about it. Point being, the inevitable Elder Scrolls 6 cinematic teaser or Starfield gameplay featuring the already leaked Build Your Barbie Dreamhouse horseshit from Fallout, but in space, is now more than mere meme fodder for Bethesda's annual hype extravaganza, which may be the best for both companies. Look, let's be real. Some years, it was almost impressive watching Todd Howard stretch 2 entire announcements into an hour and fucking change press conference. This year, both Bethesda and Microsoft can cut some fat out of their presentations, lean it all down, and may actually show us some shit that might actually drop this decade, which brings me to the bullshit du jour that applies to all three companies. Thanks to the Pinko Pox, everyone in the entertainment industry has been working remotely for the last year, which for video games means that these days they're being utterly incompetent by proxy. And as we saw from several Summer of Love adjacent titles, this slowed an already insouciant production pace to freeze-dried fucking lethargy levels. So no matter what they say, no matter what they do, no matter the sweet, honeyed lies that come tumbling from Todd Howard's suspiciously ageless mouth hole, take every timetable they offer you and multiply it by motherfucking 2. So as you lay prostrate, buffeted by the bullshit winds that every E3 engenders, tuck your fanboy boners away, click off a yawn, vainly attempting to express an unpaid opinion, and just remember, folks, thanks to Fauci, you have a better chance of spotting Natalie Holloway before half of this shit. And rather appropriately, thanks to supply chain issues, most of this shit that does release will be declared dead before the fucking Amber Alert goes out. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed.
As usual.
9, 11.
But 9/11 was a national tragedy.
Yes, it was.
Why do you laugh at that?
You said it. Johnny Carson. Worse.
There were many.
It's just weird. It is just weird. That's just how they are. But the director's cut, where you were in control of everything, of a game that was just like, like what the hell? In serious talk. Now, of course, people also complain, oh, they want to know Bayonetta 3, Metro Prime 4, blah, 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 blah. I see a bunch of games coming out, you know, getting into Razor Fist, but I just saw a bunch of games that we know are coming out. They gave you dates. There are games coming out for my console of choice this month, next month, the month after that with No More Heroes, the month, like I said, Metroid. I mean, there are games coming out for my stuff, so, and that's all I care about was the game. So, hey, I'm there with that. That's just the way I look at it. Noise to the 51, he will troll put in Liberation Maiden 2 mini game in MH3. Yeah, you're right. Could happen. Could happen. I couldn't see myself full the treehouse, so I couldn't. So it's cool to see the one Heroes got in. Get your mind out of the gutter. This is Batman, not Bat-Ho. Very cringy. You are correct. You are correct about that. Release Death Stranding. Kojima got in the office. I mean, look, I don't. People want to play the game. I don't knock Death Stranding for what it is. People want to play the play. That's their thing. Again, it don't work for me. But let's be honest, though. We know, all of us here know that it was going to be a royal flop, which it was. And it's kind of weird. You have a director's cut when you control everything. That's what Razor Fist was saying. That's what I was like, really? Really? Really, though? That's just weird. I see. You can't win with these people. Just is how it is. You can't win with these people. But, like I said, I see games that I want to play. And the reason I said it, and again, is I'm not clickbaiting for anybody who watches this later on. I'm not clickbaiting. This was the best E3 in a long time. Because again, here's the thing. it was no bull crap in the regard. Like Jeff Keighley and them did their bull crap. But I'm talking about it wasn't none of the big build up. YouTubers didn't go crazy, make all this whatever. They're doing it now. They're doing it now after the fact, but they didn't do it like they normally do in a couple of years. Clear those little tears. Oh, E3's gone. I don't give a rat's ass. It's the best E3. Why? Because they gave you information. You make the decision to buy what you need to buy. You buy what you want to buy. That's the whole thing about it. That's what E3 was about in the first place. That's what E3 was about in the first place. To buy a game. To buy the game, see where it is, make up your opinion, of course, you know, make your situation more like, okay, they give me information. Do I like this? I want to buy it. If I don't like this, I don't like this. Like, it's so weird. That people is, you know, stunned that we don't get the information that we want. Well, you get information this time. And you make the decisions of what you want to buy. So buy it or don't buy it. $60 is too much for Metroid, then don't buy it. That's the setup I see. If you see like that, don't buy the game. Don't buy the game. But I will be lying to you if I don't see some things that pique my interest and I'm gonna buy. Now, I say I mostly don't really try to do pre-order a lot of stuff. Don't get me wrong, a lot of in that regard. But I am gonna buy. Like I say, if I could get it, and if it comes in like Anderson said, or like a Brian, whatever, if I could get the pre-orders for those games, I will. And for the Amiibo, that's the one is the hardest one to get. The Amiibo one is the one to try to get. I'll admit to that one. The game itself, like I said, Best Buy has a game up for pre-order, and so far, like I said, nobody else has the has that set up. And it's just weird again how Amazon did it, but just gotta keep an eye on it and see when it goes up, and you could do what we could do. All right, and if any, and like I said, if you know, I didn't see that any other retailers are buying, selling anything. Target ain't selling nothing. That I see, double check, just to double check. I don't see Target saying anything. Yep, and then yeah, of course you got I mean, nope, doesn't have it on that either. And that's the reason I said it's kind of weird when you were saying that, Brownie, because when you go to Nintendo.com and you go for that part, like the game itself says it, but then when you go down to the special edition part, it's like they don't say nothing yet. It says just all it says is coming soon. Nothing's on that. So that's what I said. I don't think it really was bought up per se. But hey, just keep an eye out for a lot of stuff. That's what it is. But again, that's the only thing about E3 I see. I see some games on the game, Monster Hunter, Advance Wars, Mario Golf. That stick out to me. Of course, No More Heroes. Of course, Metroid. So hey, the state of comedy has gone that far down the toilet. Yeah, I feel conflicted about wanting Psychonauts 2. if you go for it, buy it. That's what I look at it as. But of course, I'm trying hopefully get the what I said. Can't say that because it never went out of thing. So, oh well, I try my best. So anyway, like I said, I see what I see. You guys pick up all your other stuff that you have to pick up. Enjoy it. Again, I got games I would like to pick up for PlayStation 2. I'm not gonna deny that it was that, but sorry, I've been so busy with work and life and the radio show and everything that yeah, I see what I see, I buy what I buy and move on. I got like I said, make no points. But I want to do a little video about the Metroid by itself because it needs to be talked about for another reason, but you'll see when the video goes up live, all right? But anybody out there, again, of course, if you like I said, if you want to check out the latest game I uploaded was Sakura Rise of Ruin. I did a review about it. It was it's a long review. Trust me, I didn't even think I was gonna do for an hour and almost 2 hours. I was playing a game and enjoyed so much. I thought I was gonna do 30 minutes, and then when I saw, I was like, holy crap! I did an hour and 50 minutes. I didn't even think of that. That's how good that game is. Okay, so yeah, and then I have other games that I want to talk about. I mean, Brownie, to you, like I said, I would like to hear your thoughts on Persona Strikers. I don't know if you pick up the game or not. I know your financials is kind of not right there, and also you got hurricane season coming up, so you got to prepare and everything. But I enjoy Persona Strikers too. I didn't play Persona 5, but Persona 5 Strikers, it basically was an RPG. I thought it was gonna be like a Musu. It's more of an RPG than anything. So I'll do my review about that game as well too. So I'll leave it at that, you guys. Hope you guys have a good night's getting late. Hope you guys have a good night rest. Do what you gotta do tomorrow if you gotta do things. I gotta do the exact same thing on that. So with that said, you guys know how I always say, there's no perfect games out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Simply enjoy your games on all consoles, including PC. Y'all catch you next time.